when it launched, Avowed was a disaster. It had a less peak player count than my videos got views of talking about it. It was absolutely crazy how weak of an entry of a game it even was. An absolute bait and switch. The original trailer was nothing like the actual game that we got. Complete lies, complete fabrications. And now, since the dust has settled, is Avowed finally a good game worth playing after all of the patches and what? Everyone knows the answer is no. Oh, but let's see.
Avowed, released at the very start of 2025 to somewhat mixed reviews. I myself was super
I'm pretty sure it wasn't mixed. People very much hated it.
excited for it, as the developers behind it were Fallout New Vegas' very own Obsidian Entertainment. Unfortunately,
True, they very much lied about this. In fact, it was so bad that I'm pretty sure Bethesda or Microsoft told them to cut trying to market with the idea that you were the guys who made Fallout New Vegas, because not a single person who made Fallout New Vegas was probably left on the Avowed team. Obsidian's one-time lightning in a bottle called New Vegas has long been proven to just be a random stroke of luck.
it just didn't hit the mark for me.
You want to try saying that in a way that doesn't piss off the Imperial Envoy, loser?
God, some of these dialogue options are just...
I was given a review copy to play 8 months ago, and I was disappointed.
Base.
However, since then, Avowed has come out with 2 massive patches, and another along the way this fall. Did Obsidian
I remember making fun of at least one or two of these patches because the patches literally added absolutely nothing of value, okay? Look at, for example, Tainted Grail: The Fall of Babylon, the actual Skyrim game that you should play because it's good. Now it has a lot of bug fixes, the performance is better, and it's in general a great game anyway, even at the start when the performance was not spectacular in the slightest. It was very poor. But still, the game was great. You know what kind of updates Tainted Grail has had? It literally added new dungeons, new items, new this, new that. It actually adds patches that add value, not patches in the Bethesda style. Well, maybe we have fixed 2 bugs? Probably not. Here's 5 new bugs anyway. Yes.
finally fix the hardware optimization, crafting progression, and combat systems? I was curious too, and since no one seems to be playing this game, I decided to lock myself in Avowed for 24 hours to answer my own question. Is it good now?
No.
In spring of 2025, there was a massive 60GB patch that apparently revamped the progression system, crafting, gold income, and stat penalties. That's most of my issues from my first video
That sounds stupid.
addressed right there. In July, they launched their summer patch, adjusting the crafting system once again, adding new abilities, plus new unique weapons and armor. I'm also interested in seeing how their optimization changed for the hardware.
Wait, okay, listen, there is a difference. When I compare Tainted Grail to this, Tainted Grail actually has unique items in the sense that this item, makes all of your damage into fire. If you hit someone, you know, they get poisoned and poisoned, you know, a lot of things. In Avowed, new unique items and weapons and armors and all of that doesn't do anything because the itemization of Avowed is literally, this item has 2% more dodge. What is dodge? We kind of don't really explain, but it's there. And that's it. It's very boring, dull, and mundane. There is not a lot you can do with this. It is very blatant, plus 10 damage, and that's it.
And armor. I'm also interested in seeing how their optimization changed for the hardware. It's officially supported on Steam Deck now, so they must have improved it to some degree, right? To start off the 24 hours, of course, we're beginning with the tutorial. I'll be avoiding all major story spoilers throughout this video, so don't worry if you've never played Avowed before. The tutorial didn't take me quite as long to do this time, but I did notice some major differences between launch and now. All right, here's my guy right here. Fantastic mustache peeking out from under this wood. I do want to go for a little bit more of a magic build this time.
I love how not a lot of any of this actually is anything. Some of these add unique dialogue, and Avowed was the turning point where I figured out that adding unique dialogue based off of choices might as well not exist if that unique dialogue doesn't change everything about the situation. Okay? And Avowed did that. You pick Cortal, Augur, Noble, Scion, or whatever any of these even are, and you get unique dialogue unlocked, and the unique dialogue doesn't change anything. It's just a throwaway line that does nothing. That's how bad it is.
Okay. I mean, it looks graphically very similar to what I remember. This blue is around here. Yeah.
What do you say me for?
Wait, these guys still move in like stop motion. You see this? They move in like 15 FPS. These like animals and creatures and stuff.
Based.
Oh my god. Okay, the weapons do feel better. Like, they really feel like they hit, which I like. I need wood, like timber, if I remember correctly. That was a very important, like, resource, and, like, flint and stuff like that. And there's different, like, tiers of crafting materials, too. Any secret stuff up here? Aha! It pays to explore. A common dagger. Okay, you can see the upgrade requirements. Okay, so to upgrade either of these, you need 4 pieces of iron and 2 pieces of, like, vegetation. These are the things I have to keep my eye out for. And last time when
it says leaded, okay?
I played, they were impossible to find. Chicken chilling on the table here. Probably not safe to eat, but I'll steal it. Oh, right. There's the execute animations. Those were pretty awesome in this game, I won't lie. I don't remember these guys dropping, like, fish and stuff.
Now, to be honest, if you have not played Avowed or you have not heard about Avowed, this probably looks okay. But let me explain how fast this turns extremely not okay, okay? Every enemy is a sponge or it does nothing to you. That's how it is. Or you maybe well, you're not really one-shotting most things, but the combat is very boring. You see the fact that this person started the game with a mace and shield. Chances are he's one time gonna swap these weapons to something else, and then for the next 20 hours he's gonna be using the exact same style of weapons, because you never want to change. There's no reason to ever change. In fact, if you're using a gun and a sword, congratulations, you're using a gun and a sword forever.
I kind of remember a lot of these dead bodies not dropping anything, so maybe that's new as well.
I always heard folks say you were blessed. Looks more like a curse to me.
Yeah, I would agree. It does look more like a curse than a blessing. I'll see what happens if I let her go. Oh, she joins the party. Interesting. I know there's a boss fight coming up, so having an extra party member is nice, I won't lie. Okay, so here's my first class ability. I think we're gonna go for the mage stuff mainly.
What great stuff.
Magic, when the game first came out, scaled differently than gear. There's basically a bunch of levels of progression for physical gear, but magic didn't work that way. So magic was kind of like always scaled to your character's level, and it was a really good way of just like destroying stuff. Okay, here we go. We got a wand. This is all the...
If you stop and think about that sentence for a minute, it kind of displays how bad the game is. So magic just always scales, and that's it? So it's always good? What does good mean? Does it one-shot things, or is it 2 week? Like, well, like, it's so actually stupid that something just constantly scales like that by itself.
Magic stuff. Go to my second bar and put in the book. And then, no, not this, the wand. There we go. So you need a book and a wand, and then you can cast some spells. Oh yeah, the wand does not do that much damage. But look at this. If I press 1, my orbs, look at that, does a lot of damage. Enemies drop health and magic orbs. See? This purple one is a magic orb. Boom. See, I restored at my bottom left. Okay, yeah, there's a boss fight here. I remember this. Uh-oh. Ow. Oh. Dude, this guy is tough. Holy shit. A loot chest. Silver, a mace, health potion, iron chunk. Okay, here we go. That's an upgrade material I need. That's kind of cool. In the first time I played...
So, the first boss he defeats
A loot chest. Silver.
The loot is a whopping common mace, health potion, and iron chunk. I guess it's not honestly the worst, but this is not really impressive for a boss skill, okay? You kind of want at least something slightly more special.
A mace, health potion, iron chunk. Okay, here we go. That's an upgrade material I need. That's kind of cool. In the first time I played, you kill her. If you choose to not free her, she shows up as a mini boss in that big boss fight, making it really tough. But this is definitely the better way to go about it. I'm still seeing a little bit of, like, you can see if you look at this pillar, there's a little bit of ghosting around it still, even with the 5080. After finishing the tutorial and checking out some of the new changes to the combat, I ran into a little issue. I began to immediately notice some severe lag and frame drops.
Base.
My PC specs are on screen now, and I don't understand
Oh
why—
my god, he has an AMD Ryzen 7 and a 31 gigabytes of RAM and a motherboard. Holy shit, I don't have any of that.
Avowed could possibly be struggling. This game only uses about 70% of my graphics card.
Avowed is struggling because of a simple, unique reason called woke developers are more activists than they are actually developers. It's actually very common nowadays.
And 30% of my CPU on ultra graphics. To me, this points towards poor optimization, and despite my absolute monster of a computer, I had to lower—
I would love to say Unreal Engine 5 strikes again, because it as always does. Arc Raiders is the only optimized Unreal 5 engine game in existence as far as I know, by the way. That thing can run on a fucking potato. But I mean, but let's not blame Unreal Engine 5. It's probably the developers just being woke and dumb.
my settings to get a constant—
But bless Carrie Patel, my wife, the one who made this game. Oh, she was hot before she decided to paint her hair purple and go insane. But it is what it is.
100 FPS even while not recording. I'm pretty sure Obsidian did improve the performance to some degree. Probably for the Steam Deck update, they had to ensure it ran at a specific performance level to be verified, but that's just a guess. Still, it didn't excuse the stuttering and lag I'm getting on the third best GPU in the world. During my 24 hours of playtime, I would freeze, stutter,
damn.
or frame drop once every 20 minutes without fail.
By the way, this is not an issue. For example, when you were playing Tainted Grail and this was an issue, you just restart the game and, do that. Even if it was every 20, 30 minutes, depending on... Some zones had that issue a lot. But you would just restart the game because the game was worth it. And your critique would be they're stuttering and shit, it's really bad. But you would not care, you would just press on through because the game was fun. This... yeah, obviously different.
I'm playing this game on an SSD, and it didn't matter where I was in the world. Cities, dungeons, open world, hell, even cinematics would just freeze up on me.
Base. Oh, that's a freeze, yeah.
Okay, crashing in the intro cinematic. Fortunately, there's a lot more changes to test in action, so let's jump back to parody.
Listen, there's a reason why not 60, but why 40% of people did not finish the 10-minute tutorial.
And see what's new. Level 3. Okay, I probably should do some level up stuff. I haven't been spending any points at all. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, this is a horrible thing. Starfield and Diablo 4 were the first games that actually opened my eyes to the fact that a game can be so poorly made that you actually don't care about a level up. When you are playing New Vegas, you're always eyeing that level up bar and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get a level up, boys. It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get that thing. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna get 75 in lockpicking. Yay. But no. In these games, especially Starfield, once playing Starfield, I was like, oh, I got a level up. Sweet. I open up the level up tab and I had 6 level ups. I just did not notice because why would I? Why would I? Yeah. But a game is so bad, you forget that you leveled up because you're not interested in it. That is just the telltale sign of the worst game honestly possible.
Maybe I'll go for a little lightning. Dude, I love the magic. The magic feels so much better than any of the melee stuff. Wait a second. Oh my god. Did they add it? That you can change the time of day? No way.
Yes, I
Please
remember
tell me
that.
this works. Oh my god, they did. It looks beautiful at nighttime. Look at how nice this looks. This is what I've been asking for. Oh my god, it looks so much better. So much more enjoyable to look at. Look at all these little lighting effects on the plants, the stars. Oh my god, that is a huge addition. I love that. Watch this. I'm gonna electrocute a whole family of bugs. Okay, watch this. Ready? Oh, I didn't have enough range. Oh my god, it's so nice just being able to like AoE these guys. Oh my. Oh wait, the bear has a teleport ability, or is that a different bear? Is this wood? No, damn it. I need wood.
God. Okay, listen. More Tainted Grail stories. So in Tainted Grail, you're like killing these zombies, mystical things, and all of that. And then at one point, you find a bear. And you're like, oh, sweet, a bear. I'm gonna kill the bear. And then you hit the bear and you understand, holy shit, wait, no, that's a bear. That thing's gonna one-shot me. Because it can. Yes, bears can act, well, two-shot you to be more specific in most cases because they can stun you. It's a bear at the end of the day. They're actually really dangerous. But it is like a fun thing. Oh, I've been killing skeletons, evil spirits, weird knights, and God knows what. Here's a bear, I'm just gonna go and slap it. And then you slap it and it turns out, oh my god, this thing is faster, stronger than me, and I'm barely tickling it.
Oh wait, the bear has a teleport ability, or is that a different bear? Is this wood? No, damn it. I need wood. Watch this wombo combo. Ready? Boom, boom. Okay, second boss fight. I remember this one being a little tricky.
Is it tricky if you freeze stuff in this game, though?
You miss the fact that there's no easy way to restore your, like, mana in this. Like, once I'm out of, like, potions here, like, I'm just toast. Like, I don't have anything else. It'd be cool if, like, heavy attacks restored your mana a little bit. There we go. We got a cool execution on it, too. For the final hit. Didn't even drop any loot. Okay. Level 5. Now, what I'm interested in is seeing what I can buy with this gold. So I wonder if I can get a tier 2 weapon potentially. I have to find a vendor for that though. I'm gonna go for a 2-hand weapon on my front bar, and then on my back bar I'll have some spells and stuff. So I think I'm gonna pick up the great sword. It's a lot of money, but hey, I think this is way cheaper than it was previously, or it's easier to get gold, or maybe both. I don't know. All right, we are gonna do a bounty mission with a tier 2 weapon, and this is a tier 1 mission. You can tell because the bounty doesn't even have a skull on it, which means it should be very, very easy. So let's see how easy it is. Oh my god, I love the kill cams. Yeah, my sword does a lot of damage. Okay, dude, I actually like 2-shot this boss with a tier 2 sword. Okay, the stats are definitely better.
Is it worth calling it a boss if you just one-shot it?
Right, okay, so
either it's damage sponginess or you just one-shot things. That's not fun. Especially, okay. Damage sponges and one-shotting things can be fun in the game, but if you earned it. The guy just bought a tier 2 weapon and that's kind of it. Well, does that sound like he earned the ability to one-shot things? No, not really.
this is the enemy leveling system, basically. So the amount of skulls above them, they're basically super resistant to your attacks. So you want to make sure you have the same tier weapon as them or higher. This guy is only level 1, so I should basically one-shot this person.
Hello.
Yeah.
Absolutely destroyed that person. Oh my god, I am beating the shit out of these bosses. I'm coming. I'm coming. Okay, if my memory serves me right, there's like an ogre or like a giant or something, and it has a really good two-handed weapon. Oh yeah, there he is. The big fat guy. Oh shit. We're getting close. Holy shit, that was really close. Aha, there it is. Has this ever happened to you? You're trying out a new game for the first time and keep getting stuck. You don't know where you're supposed to go, you're struggling to farm materials, or maybe you're having a tough time with a boss.
Wait, did the game just not allow him to enter the zone there because reasons?
Well, that's where WeMod comes in. Just hit Alt+. As I crossed hour 10 or so, I was finally making my way into the second zone, the Emerald Stair. I had done most, if not all, the side quests and bounties in the first zone, so it's likely I would have more experience and gold than the average player, as I prefer to take my time. But that didn't stop me from dying instantly. The second zone has enemies of Tier 2 blue and Tier 3 purple quality, meaning your items and weapons from the first zone are piss useless here, so upgrading should be your top priority. Holy shit, Sun and Moon, Morrowind reference. Oh shit! Oh no! What I unfortunately noticed is you literally cannot pick up purple gear unless you have the gear of that slot. For example, when I first got to this zone, I did buy a purple chest piece. I was then.
By the way, look at this. Damage reduction, additional damage reduction, stamina What is the point of adding legendary stuff if this is the stat line that we're talking about? Yeah, not a lot.
And able to find purple armor, either off of bounties or throughout the open world. However, I really liked how this great axe felt to play with. I like how it feels, I like how it looks, I like the enchantments. It's a really fun weapon to use. You're basically forced as a player to dump your inventory and pick up the next tier of loot to have an even somewhat of a small chance of progressing with the new items.
Yeah, that is called bad game design if you're unaware.
Tested this out. I am in the very first zone. I went to go back to like do a side quest and get an achievement. Look at this. It's a tier 3 weapon. This is the first zone. Okay, if this gear rule is true, then there's a very, very good two-handed sword you can pick up from this side quest. If I can get it in purple, that would be phenomenal. So let's see if that actually works. All right, moment of truth. Oh my god, it's tier 3. I guess they didn't change the crafting system how I would have expected when I looked at their roadmap. Gear in Avowed drops based on your current item tier. If you have tier 3 armor but a tier 2 weapon, like I did, you will see tier 3 armor drops but never tier 3 weapon drops. This sucks for several reasons.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's horrible.
Which I've already spoken about. My quick and dirty solution would be to introduce a blacksmith or some kind of vendor that allows you to improve your gear. I would gladly pay an extra 20 or 30% on full price, which in my case was around 8,600 gold. But instead of getting some basic ass weapon of the next tier, it bumped up my current weapon to that weapon's progression level. Let me carry my...
I mean, that honestly would make the game even worse, because again, what I said at the start, as you can probably know, this is already true. So he started with a mason shield, and then he switched his weapons one time, aka to a two-hander and magic. That's it. That's it. He is never changing weapons again. That's just how it works. And that is lame and bad because the weapon affixes by themselves are not interesting. So, in turn, that means if they actually made this system like he suggests, that would probably make the game worse, because that would mean that you would literally be probably playing the game, all of the game, if you decide to complete it, with your like second or third acquired weapon because you're just constantly upgrading it. That would be horrible. That would be even more horrible than it already is. So, I guess it's a good thing that that actually does not work like that.
Trophies and gear from hard-fought battles of the past. The crafting system is still super expensive for upgrades, and although it's easier to find the resources in the open world compared to launch, it's a paradox. The player needs resources to upgrade their gear. The resources are found in the open world. The open world is littered with high-level monsters, but the player needs better gear to get through said monsters to get said resources. It's still poorly designed in my opinion. More tolerable than launch, don't get me wrong, but it still feels bad to interact with. As I progressed through Zone 2 and approached the 18-hour mark, I noticed the combat feeling super bloated. I was actively trying to avoid combat encounters for the first time in this
There we
game.
go.
Don't get it twisted. I 100% the bounty board and did almost every side quest in both these first two zones. I had some of the best gear you could possibly have. Solid
Also, has anyone noticed the fact that we have seen only like 2 enemy types? Skeletons, fungal things, lizards, and, well, floating rocks. That's kind of it.
perks, abilities, stats, etc. But the combat just started getting super spongy and unenjoyable. This was one of my major complaints on launch. However, I will concede they did improve it, or perhaps delay it is the better description. I felt the combat was too spongy in the first zone on launch. I didn't feel that way this time. Instead, that feeling kicked in for me in the second zone, and even more so in the third. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I need 10 attacks to kill just like a random foot soldier enemy. Look at this. Tier 4 enemy. I do fucking peanuts to this guy. Dude, I need like 7 or 8 regular attacks to kill just a general tier 3 guy that's the same level as me.
By the way, when enemies are this spongy, at some point this is gonna happen. Look.
3 guy, that's the...
You're gonna just sit back, stand, and see that, oh my god, this is so boring. The moment you're not doing it and you're looking at what's happening, it becomes so boring.
Same level as me. Boom! Oh my god, give me a break, man. Oh my god, I died!
Based.
Whoa, this is a really cool looking city. This is like kind of Japanese style. You got a big ass dinosaur in the
Place, but Nippon never fails. Except if you're Assassin's Creed Shadows.
middle too. But my first stop has to be upgrading my gear, unfortunately. Okay, yeah, these guys sell tier 4. 30,000 gold for one item. Holy moly. Okay, I need to find somebody who actually sells the gear I need. This guy? 32,000 for a great sword. I mean, I have to. Like, I just have to, or else all the quests I do here are just not gonna give me the correctly leveled loot. Okay, we have enough for one purchase. I think I'm obviously gonna go for the weapon, but I'm gonna have to come back at some point.
Plus 54 damage. This is almost this is almost 50% stronger, which means most likely this means that it's instead of 12 hits, it's gonna take roughly like 5, depending on how the additional damage scales.
And drop another 30k on another piece of armor, so I can then start getting tier 4 armor drops. All right, here we go. 33,000 gold down the drain so I can get a tier 4 sword. Oh, god damn it. Okay, just out of curiosity, if I wanted to upgrade my other sword, this one, what would I need to do to take it to level 4? Not even fucking close. I've been playing for 18 hours. I'm not even remotely close to be able to upgrade this from purple to red. Damn, it's so sad, man. Like, there's so many cool items in here I got from like bosses and stuff, and I just
look at this. A two-handed mace, stun, critical chance. Ooh wee. Power attacks deal high poison accumulation. Damage against primordials. Yeah, yo, cool.
can't use them at all.
Wait, I want to laugh about the itemization a little bit more. Come on. 7 strivings. Critical hit chance, 5%. A successful parry restores 20% of your... That seems absolutely broken, to be honest. But yeah, it's like... This is probably the most interesting affix I have actually ever seen on an Avowed item, if I'm being completely real here.
Damn, it's so sad, man. Like, there's so many cool...
Oh, wait, we saw a pistol. We saw a pistol, boys. Okay, pistol.
Cool items in here I got from like bosses and stuff, and I just...
Shit, it's B4.
Close to be able to upgrade this from purple to red. Damn. It's so sad, man. Like,
okay, now.
So...
Okay, pistol. Stun, stamina cost, crit chance, singing, what the, ganging sound? Power attacks down the enemy and deal high fire accumulations and stun. Wow. Hits deal 10% bonus fire damage. Wow. Yes, this is so exciting I could die. Absolutely amazing.
So many cool items in here I got from like bosses and stuff, and I just can't use them at all. New town.
Again, no idea why this is called cool.
A new bounty board. Let me scoop these up while I can. I could probably do 2 of them at the moment. Maybe 3. These 2 I think would be too hard for me. But maybe they'll have like unique weapons that I can actually use instead of this garbage default sword. Zone 3 was where I really started to notice
What the hell is that?
the side quests you do are basically all the same. Most of the side quests are what you would expect from a bounty board, which this game also has. I've been 100%ing these zones as I move through them. 90% of the side content you do are essentially fetch quests to get an item or kill a person with almost no added narrative value. Now I do say 90%. I would say each zone has at least 1 or 2 banger side quests, but they are few and far between. For the last 2 hours of gameplay, I decided to drop the difficulty lower to see if it made a difference.
Wait, he was only on normal difficulty?
For the last 2 hours
Yeah, oh my god. It was normal difficulty? And the enemies are still damage sponges. Holy.
gameplay, I decided to drop the difficulty lower to see if it made a difference and made the combat less spongy. Keep in mind, again, I have some of the best possible gear you can have in Zone 3. Tier 4, 3 out of 3 upgrades. But I will admit, the combat felt a lot better on easy. Look at how much easier it is on an easier difficulty.
Oh man, that's just sad.
My god. It was like the super expensive investments into my gear were actually doing something for the first time in this game. But of course, who wants to play on easy difficulty? I just wish the gear progression system for normal or hard rewarded you for actually upgrading your items. I got all the way to the end of Zone 3, but even on easy, the combat in this game just shoves hordes of enemies at you rather than a single elite or challenging boss. This combat system would have paired beautifully with Souls-like boss mechanics where there's an emphasis on timing, dodging, parrying, etc. It's just a shame.
Oh, that is just cope. That is just sadly, absolutely cope. Well, what can I say, boys? At the end of the day, 10 out of 10. Frostbreak, have a nice day. By Avowed, not worth your time.